Yeah, so I heard you just ordered a pair of goggles. Yeah. Yeah, you. Right. Yeah, simulator's a good way to learn, to be honest. Like, yeah. So I started with Mavics. Like, I've been flying Mavics for a long time, and I'm a Part 107 pilot. And then I just switched over to FPV, but sim is absolutely the way to start, because even like flying Mavics didn't prepare me for flying FPV. What? Do you know how to spectate? Do you know how to spectate? You don't have to explain it. Do you know how to spectate? Click on my name. Click on my name. I'll show you how to do a juicy flick. No, just shoot light. That's him. Yep. Yeah, somebody's probably got the chat open or my live stream open. Or maybe I'll... That's what I figured it was. Yep, nope, just mute that. I just want the watch time. You don't actually have to watch it. Alright, let me get back down low. I'm just fucking around right now. So, I'm just gonna reset. Let's back inside. Is it this way that the highway is? Cool. Yeah, I believe that. That's because I turned on the camera. So if you're flying straight, right, and you just pitch forward and then you roll over. Oops, I did that terribly. So you're flying forward, right? My camera angle is way high for some reason. You flick and then you roll, and that's a juicy flick. We about to play a massive game of quad. The juicy flick includes the roll. If you don't do a roll, it's just a half flick. Yes. If you don't do a roll, it's just a half flick. might be customizing out of it. You know what I mean? Like, he may juicy flick, half roll out, and then do something else. Or, like, I've seen people half roll and then, like, spin back. Yes. What the hell? Yes. Yeah, what kind of RV, bro? Ooh, big boy. Big boy. Yeah. Got you. What's the price on one of those? Oof. Oof. I gotta be honest, that's kind of rough. So I full time in a Class B. Yep. And I've been doing it for over a year now in this one. And I've done it before in like a Class C. Yo, this map is so small. Oh, I love it. I travel for work a lot. I should notate that. I own a multimedia production company, so we do photo, video work all over the country. Hi to those of you watching live who have no idea what I do. To the so. Oh yeah, I'm big on the stock market. Hashtag ride GME to the ground. Bro, I've got diamond hands. I'm holding 26 shares. I'm holding 26 shares. Let's go. I'm riding this one all the way up or all the way down. It don't matter anymore. We're about $5,000 into it. I YOLO'd $5,000 into that. Let's go. Oh, that was me, dude. I was down 70% on GameStop a week ago. I'm now what? Yeah. No, unfortunately not. I'm now only down like 6%. Right. And I mean, like, I'm still convinced. I mean, based on all of my research, and I do a lot of my own research, like, I'm not one of those Wall Street bets people. Based on my research, GameStop is still gonna squeeze. They've shorted it again, so it's super short still. Right, they're overly confident, which is hilarious. And so it's super short again. It's not at 100%, but it's at like 95%. And there are calls starting yesterday at $800. And you know some people are going to want those calls to be in the money. It's a push, but it's a push. Well, you got to remember, GameStop is not market. GameStop is its own thing right now. It's its own monster. It went. Well, don't forget it went 50 to 300 overnight last time. So yeah, and I have a feeling like, and I'm so into it at this point that I even watched the conference they did. Oh man. Thank you for your question. First of all, let me start off by saying, when I was a child in Bulgaria, dude, I love the ones who were not, like, had no clue about stock market, and it was very clear. Right. So what is what is a call option? Really? What is a call option? Can you pass this? Can you pass your time? Like, the senators. 20 minutes. Oh my god. He used that. He milked that. Vlad was like, this has nothing to do with GameStop. Let's go. Like, Vlad was like, let's talk about this kid's death. It was terrible. Yeah. Oh, dude. Right, but dude, like, given that opportunity, absolutely. Take that. Like, I can't blame him. That was good politics. Like, this guy just gave me a huge out for, you know what I mean? I am not a cat. Dude, well, do you know why he said I am not a cat? No, so the No. The reason he said I am not a cat is because his YouTube and his Twitter name are Roaring Kitty, but his Reddit handle is Deep Effing Value. I'm not going to say it because I'm live on YouTube, but Deep Effing Value. And everybody was hoping that they were going to call him by that. So he was like, oh, he's made a lot more than that. He's up to like 30 million. And he just bought in. He just bought in more. He's being sued, but it's not going to go anywhere. He's look at the way they all of a sudden want trading days to be T plus 1 at max instead of T plus 2. For those who don't know, what that means is when you trade a stock, they have 2 days to complete the transaction. And that's currently by law, but they want to change it to being only 1 day to complete the transaction. And all of a sudden now they're like, oh, we need to cut it down to 1 day because look at what happened. Destroying quads. Gravity. That is the biggest thing. So when you go up to do a flip, right? Actually, here, let me switch over to spectate you. Okay, I'm spectating you now. So let me see you fly for a little bit. Shay. Yeah, Tazula, Shay. Why is it not showing me you actually fly? Oh, there we go. Okay, now I'm watching you flying. Okay. What camera angle are you running? Oh, wow. You might want to bring that down a little bit. Yeah. 20, 25. I've even ran like lower than 20, like 15. But I'll be honest though, watching him fly though, he's kind of ripping it. Yeah, like he's kind of ripping. Like, yeah, he's flying pretty well. Are you? You're gonna be looking at the sky. You're gonna be looking at the sky. You would not be able to do that in real life with a 45. Yeah, so you can actually change that by holding command and then pressing the down button. And you don't even have to leave game. You don't have to leave the game. So like, there you go. And it may feel like you're flying slower, but that's not a bad thing, because when you first start flying, you're not going to be flying like this. It's going to scare you. The fear, right? The reality is, oh my gosh, dude, yo, I got those 5 stacks on order. It turns out that they ship the flight controllers and the ESCs separately, so I'm gonna be waiting another week and a half. I got a shipping notification, and I was like, what the hell? Y'all already shipped my stuff. Like, what's going on? And I clicked on it, and I went in, and I was like, what? Why would you do that? Oh, did you like freeze up? I froze up. Gonna have to reboot there. So check this out. Check this out. Hover real quick. Go. No, I'm watching him still. Go ahead and hover real quick. Throttle straight up. Now cut throttle. Look down. Look down. You would have already been on the ground by now. That's the lesson. Like, when you cut throttle, cut throttle, you need to be able to see the ground because it's coming. So if you're doing like a power loop or something like that, you need to know that you've got the room. Otherwise, you're gonna hit the ground. It'll float, but once you cut that throttle, the descent starts. And when you're upside down, it's falling faster than when you are right side up. Yeah, they'll have a slight... Oh, yeah. And that's usually what'll happen to people the first couple times that they fly is they'll go to do a flip, but they won't cut throttle when they get upside down and just power. Right. And you know, they don't cut throttle when they get upside down, and then they just punch it straight into the ground because they're still throttled up. And I mean, like, I've seen it happen to people, and I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you. You should have cut throttle. Like, yeah, be prepared for that. You're gonna lose equipment for dumb reasons. I don't think so. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with that gear. The frame is done, but I think the rest of it is probably okay. Yeah. Dude. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if I... Dude. Alright. Story time. Story time. Hang on. Story time. So, Nate and I were out flying at a bando. And... No. He was just with me. He was just with me. So, Nate and I here were out flying a bando. Brand new bando I had discovered. Brand new bando. There's an ironic set of terms. Right. So, there's this crane, and we have been flying around the crane all day, and at the end of the day, I was like, alright, cool, I'm gonna get on top of this crane, and I'm gonna power loop this crane. Get some video of me, you know, underneath the drone being power looped. I climb up there, and I got my goggles and my controller, and I'm sitting, I am like probably about 8 to 10 feet in the air. I'm pretty high up. I'm not jumping down from this point. And I'm flying my pack, and I'm just ripping. I'm doing power loops around myself, and I'm doing flybys, and just having a grand old time. And there was this gap in between the crane structure that I had been flying through. I mean, I had hit it multiple times throughout the day. I was like, oh, cool, I'm going to hit this gap. So I go to hit the gap, and it was probably like the last 2 minutes of flight for the pack. And I catch the pack on like a corner, and I guess it just explodes the battery. So I lose video, and so I'm sitting on top of this crane, and I know the drone is right around me, so I rip my goggles off real quick, and I look down, and there is a fireball beneath me. I mean, we were talking about this thing is on fire. This thing is, the entire flame is engulfed, and Nate is standing probably about 10 feet away from me, and I'm like, Nate, fire! Fire! And he runs over and he starts kicking dirt on it because, like, we gotta put the damn thing out. Who cares about it? Right, like, at this point, the drone, who knows if the drone is okay? You know what I mean? Like, it's probably done for anyways. Right. So, I'd rather lose, a $250 drone over who knows how much property damage. Right. Right. So be it. We kicked out the fire. And by we, I mean Nate kicked out the fire. I'm stuck on top of the crane. And so I'm like, it's on fire. Right. So I let the drone sit for I don't know. The drone probably sat for 3 weeks. I was like, I'm not doing anything with this thing. I don't even want to look at it. You know what I mean? I just, how dare you? So it sat. I own enough drones that I don't really care if one is down. I mean, I have 4 or 5. I don't even know at this point. So, right. And you'll get there. So so finally I was like, all right, let me do something with this drone. Let me see what the deal is. So I ordered a stack because I figured the ESC and the flight controller were probably done. When I took it apart, there were burn marks. The ESC, the positive negative terminals, were gone. There were burn marks on the frame. The Cadex Vista, which is the VTX that I use because I fly DJI, had burn marks on it. The drone was toasty, right? The drone was toasty. And so I started putting together this new stack, and the Vista is good, all the motors are good, and I'm still using the frame. Hang on. One more for you though. I just recently was like, let me check out the flight controller because the ESC was done. It was toasted. But I had another drone that I crashed that had a good ESC. So I was like, let me check out the flight controller, see if the flight controller is any good. Flight controller has burn marks on it. Crispy burn marks. Like, you can see where the fire hit the flight controller. Flight controller is in a brand new drone. It works. I lost an ESC. An ESC and a battery. Exactly. Exactly. And eventually you start stocking spare parts. So, like, I just ordered 5 flight controllers. That way, if one breaks, guess what? Props are generally the thing you break the most. You definitely want to stock up on those. I would say every drone you own, you should have at least one spare motor of that drone, because, or a full spare set, but at least one spare motor, because there's always the chance of you frying just a motor or breaking a frame and breaking one motor with the frame. You know what I mean? So it's always good to have just at least one spare motor. If your frame has replaceable arms are a great thing to have. Now, can I be honest with you? If I were you, because you were just starting out, I would turn around and sell those goggles, and probably not the drone. I would probably keep the drone, and I would just replace the VTX with a CAT-X. But I would shut up. No, because it's about the same cost to get started each way, and the flying experience is going to be much more enjoyable with DJI over analog. So if you can afford it, I would go ahead and just jump in and buy DJI right away. Austin, you can no, Sharkbite is, dude, if you make an, right, if you're gonna buy analog, you can just get analog with DJI. You can just buy the module. Sharkbite isn't as good as, right, Sharkbite's not as good as DJI. And the video is way better than Sharkbite's video right now. Maybe, but like, learn to fly. Learn to fly before you start worrying about long range. Learn to. Oh yeah, dude. Well, you know the V2s have 5.8 and 2.4. So you don't think we're getting a Vista 2 within the next 2 months? I think we might be getting a Vista 2 within like the next 2 weeks. I don't want to be too optimistic, but like it's only a ban for the government, bro. Yeah, but that right. Well, that's not true. The only people who aren't going to be able to buy it, are the government. The only people not allowed to use DJI equipment in the U.S. is government agencies. Talking about a very hypothetical thing, though. DJI has been the leader in drone technology for how long now? For how long now? Like, for you to think that some other company is going to suddenly overtake their innovation, I would love. I want to know which company because I want to buy stock. Like, I'm not too concerned about that just based on the current trajectory of the drone industry. I mean, DJI is. Oh yeah, dude. A lot of that is what we do. I shot an entire music video with my Mavic Air 2 and a GoPro. do woodpecker. Let's do woodpecker. Let's do woodpecker. It doesn't work with the TV. It doesn't work with the TBS Tango 2 so far. I looked, I can't find anything. You're a track. You're a track. No. I'm going back to the waiting room. Oh. It's a big map. You didn't have to leave the room, dude. Could have just gone back to the waiting room. Not you. I can't say that live, but awesome. Is it that time while we switch lobbies? That's a good idea. I'm gonna turn my camera off for just a minute. I will be back in just a moment for those of you watching live.